And welcome back to the
Let's
Tuned In
go.
podcast.
We're back, boys.
We are back. Wonderful time in the NBA. We're almost to the All-Star break.
Yes, sir.
If not there, because we played our last game.
Yeah, that's
since
right.
then. But how are you feeling, Braden?
Oh, man, I'm feeling good. It's been kind of weirdly warm this week here in Utah. I feel like a little rainy,
Yeah.
but it's been good.
Finally got some rain and some snow in the mountains.
Yeah, I'm sure our farmers will be grateful for that. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Good.
I'm just enjoying the rain. I've been hoping we get some because we need it badly.
Totally.
But we got a great episode prepared for you guys today. We're going to be talking a lot about the recent allegations the NBA's given towards the Jazz about tanking. We'll give our thoughts about that and break down the past few games the Jazz have played. We'll also award our Player of the Week. And we'll get into the All-Star break. We'll talk about the Rising Stars, all the events on Saturday and tomorrow. Make sure to follow us on all the podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you can find a podcast. We are there. And make sure to stay with us as we get to the end of the season into eventually the draft.
And this is episode 96 of Tuned In Jazz. All right. Well, 4 games this week. More than one win of the week, I guess.
Yeah.
A good week.
Even though we were trying not to. Ended up with 2 wins of the week. The Jazz beat the Heat and the Kings.
Yeah, probably should have beat the Magic, but, you know.
Yep.
I guess we'll start there, though. Jazz up. I think we're up 17 going into the fourth quarter. Took out the boys the fourth quarter, I guess, and ended up losing 117-120 to the Orlando Magic. But this was our first impression of Jaren Jackson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts?
I think of watching his highlights, just that he's a much better offensive player than I thought.
Totally.
Because when we traded for him, I thought, all right, we're getting a defensive player of the year. He'll maybe score a little less now that he's on the Jazz and we've got Lowry and Keontae already. But no, I think he might be one of our leading scorers and a defensive player. So I don't know. I just noticed he can really get to his spots. He's a good shooter, and he can also post up really, really well.
Oh, yeah, totally. I feel like it'll be cool to see him have some big-time scorers around him, like Keontae and Lowry. They seem like they played really well off each other. I didn't realize Jaren Jackson Jr. could shoot that well. His jump shot's not the best-looking thing in the world, but
it's like 40%. Yeah, it's a pretty good shot.
It goes down. It at least is one that you have to respect, which I like. It's going to open up our offense a lot.
Yeah, I'd love to have Walker Kessler back and see how they could work together as well. Unfortunately, we can't. But I think it'll be interesting to see how he works with Lowry. But that being said, he did have his surgery. So these are the games we are able to see of Jaren. And honestly, not even hating that he had his surgery, because I think that will help us out a little bit. Because maybe one takeaway from these games is Jaren Jackson's really good at basketball.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And it seems like from his press conferences that he's a very mature guy. It seemed like he had a lot of good things to say about Utah, so I'm excited. I think he's going to fit really nicely here.
Yeah, our boy John Conchar and Vince Williams, I also played a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't see really a ton from them, but they were out there. They're doing solid.
Yeah, I think they're both
John Conchar had 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
So
I think they're both going to get good rotation minutes this year. We'll kind of find out if they're here to stay for the long term, I think. But I'm glad we have this time to kind of figure that out. So,
yeah. Then we went on next game to get one of our 2 wins against the Miami Heat. This was another one where Jazz sat their starters in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But little did they know, Bryce Sensabaugh came in clutch for the Jazz.
Yeah, he
really got us this win, even though we didn't really want it.
Yeah.
But it was a good win and a road win, which is pretty rare for this team.
Totally. Triple J got 22 again. I thought Ace had a pretty good game, 16 and 8 rebounds. I like to see him doing things other than score. We know he has got scoring ability, but just want to see him like active in other parts of the game. So I like to see that. Vince Williams had 7 assists too.
Mm-hmm.
That's always that'll get you on the floor if you find your teammates open. So good win for the Jazz.
Yeah, and I also really liked what we saw from Kyle Filipowski. He played a decent amount, 16 and 11, 8 free throws. Kind of rare to see him get to the line that much, but it's good to see. Honestly, really good game all around, and I think just being able to see Jaren do his thing again really makes me feel better about the trade,
Yeah, totally. Then the Jazz turn around, I think first game back home, get the dub, 121-93. We don't hold teams under 100 points, so that's pretty exciting. I guess that's the Jaren Jackson Jr. effect, maybe.
Or the Sacramento Kings effect.
Yeah, maybe a little of both.
They're missing all their players. I guess DeRozan did play, but really, other than him, all these other guys are kind of low rotation guys or rookie guys playing. But 93 points is still impressive for a defense to be able to do.
I've been really impressed in the last couple of weeks with Isaiah Collier. It seems like he's going to kind of be the guy as we quote-unquote tank. And I love that we get to see him kind of do what he was doing at the end of last year where he just was consistently just making plays. 12 and 14, not crazy points, not a crazy shooter, but just does the right thing on the court. I love to see that.
Yeah, and it seems with the kind of way the Jazz are strategizing the end of this year, Isaiah's going to be playing a lot of minutes. Totally. It looks like he's taking advantage of that. He's dishing the ball out, getting to the rack, hitting his threes when he can. He's showing that he's definitely part of this future team, just whether it's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench. So.
Totally.
And Jaren Jackson again, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, a steal.
Last game we'll see him this year.
Yep, this was his last game. Probably his best game.
Totally.
But overall, he's been playing really well. It's good to have seen him on the court.
Yeah, totally. Then Portland comes into town. Jazz lose 119-135. Yeah, I guess no Jaren Jackson that game. 135 is not great.
Jaren Jackson effect, I guess.
But that might be an effect of having Bryce Sensabaugh on the starting lineup. Not a great defender, but he did drop 28. I think he had a really good game. He's such a high level scorer. If we can find a way to just make that work on our team, I think he's going to be a really good piece for us moving forward.
Yeah, if he can just play adequate defense.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be amazing at it. You've got Walker and Jaren on your team now.
Yeah, totally.
That would help us out a lot, and I think he could be a great microwave scorer, right?
Totally.
And he's shown this year that I think he can be consistent.
Yeah.
I remember first 1 or 2 years ago when we were doing the podcast, we just kept talking about Alec Burks. And just how inefficient he was.
Yeah.
I don't really know how much you remember that, but Bryce Sensabaugh could end up being another Alec Burks, but I think the hope is that he'll be a more efficient version.
Totally.
A little bit better shooting percentages, still puts up a lot of points. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, we don't want him to be the Cam Thomas type of player either. No. He could be the best scorer in the world, but still not contribute to winning on your team.
Yeah.
So not to give Cam Thomas a stray, but that's just kind of the archetype we want to avoid.
Find the best shot while also getting your own.
Totally. Yeah. I really was impressed by this guy Blake Hinson that we just signed from the G League.
I played 24 minutes in his first game.
I thought 11 points was really good. He was pretty 4 for 7. It's not too bad. I mean,
3 3-pointers.
Yeah. I don't know. When I was watching, I was like, dang, this guy looks really nice. So he was dropping 40 balls in the G League this year, so I don't know. I think he was on the Rising Stars team, but then for some reason he didn't play. I don't know if they took him off because maybe he wasn't eligible anymore. I don't know. But anyways, cool to see him on the floor.
Yeah, you knew it was a blowout when Oscar Tshiebwe got 5 minutes as well. Yeah. Good to see that he's part of the Jazz still.
Totally. The Salt Lake Stars are coming to Salt Lake now.
Yep. Well, and that takes us to our player of the week.
Yes, sir.
And maybe you could give this to a couple guys, but I think it just fits to give that to Jaren Jackson Jr. He had 20 points in 3 out of the 4 games. I'm sure if he had played the last game, he probably would have had 20 points in that one too.
Yeah.
But he just elevated the level of our team immediately from getting here. Probably doesn't know the offense very well. Probably just is going out there and hooping just the way he knows, and he's doing well. I'm happy to see that. he's bought into the team and what we're trying to do.
Totally.
So it's his only player of the week of the year, but
yeah,
got to give it to him while he played, right?
Totally. Yeah, I got to get him on there once. I like that pick. I think it's hard to come in when you don't know the system. You don't really know your teammates that well. But it doesn't seem like he missed a beat. Just came in and played good basketball. So I think he totally deserves it. It's a good pick. All right. Well, Jazz news, Tankathon. How are we doing? Well, we'll talk about how we're doing. But Jazz are currently 6th in odds right now. Doing pretty good. I think we're 2 games back from Dallas, who's at 7th, and 3.5 back from Memphis, who's at 8. That's the sweet spot we want to stay in. So
it didn't help us that we beat Sacramento.
No,
but I don't think anyone can lose to Sacramento right now. They've lost 14 in a row, and
12 wins on
maybe
the year.
they should get a hefty fine. I don't know.
Yeah,
just a thought. But yeah, we're sitting there in that 6th spot, which is still pretty good for us because I think it's top 8 that we're trying for. So
protected, yeah.
That gives us a solid chance of keeping our pick while still having a chance of losing it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think, we're just playing the game. Hopefully Ryan Smith's willing to dish out those fines, but keep playing the game and get one more piece and roll next year. It'll be exciting.
Yep. Well, speaking of fine, let's talk about the fine.
Oh,
the elephant in the room. Last week, the elephant in the room was the trade. This week, the elephant in the room is $500,000.
Yeah.
Which I know Ryan Smith and the Jazz are doing pretty well financially.
Yeah.
But $500,000 is a lot of money. For the anti-Mormon chants in the Big 12, that was only $50,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like that should have been a bigger deal than tanking. It's $500,000. So
there's probably players making about really small level players making about $500,000 a year in the NBA.
Yeah, that's their whole salary.
Yeah.
Blake Hinson, that might be him right there.
Yeah, but let me just say about this: screw the NBA. Seriously, I just feel like this has been the Jazz have kind of been the center of the controversy. Ever since the Orlando game, people were really ticked off about it for some reason. Which, first of all, I'm not really sure why people want the Thunder to have their pick. It seems like they should be rooting for the Jazz to tank, but also, I don't know. The Jazz are just doing what everybody else is doing. It seems to me like it's more ethical to actually let your players play, let your fans see the players they want to see, and then tank in the 4th quarter than it is to just tank from the beginning. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on do you think the Jazz deserve the fine? Is it just the name of the game, or how did you feel about it?
So I actually looked it up, and there's been a few other fines, and thankfully this is not the largest fine. That Dallas Mavericks in 2023, they actually were fined $750,000 for sitting players in a must-win game to protect a draft pick.
Oh, I remember they sat Luka, right?
It came down to one of the last games of the year.
Oh, that's right. And that was when Kyrie first got there too.
Yeah,
I forgot
they
about
sat
that.
everyone. They got fined $750,000 for that one game. So thankfully, at least it wasn't that bad. So the NBA has been doing this for a while. But I do feel like part of what the NBA's rules were, we were talking about this on the way in, is you want to see the stars play, and as long as they played 3 quarters, I feel like that's.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be okay. A lot of these other fines, it's not that they weren't playing their players. It was that they rested the entire game, right?
Yeah.
And so now it's kind of getting in. Jazz are kind of in that gray area where really teams haven't been fined before because of 1 quarter, but now NBA's apparently saying that even 1 quarter could get you $500,000, which is crazy to me because really we haven't seen that as far as I'm aware.
Well, and that's the thing too, is to go along with that point, I remember one of my earliest memories of going to a Jazz game was we played the Dallas Mavericks, and I remember thinking it was so cool that I got to see Dirk Nowitzki and Carlos Boozer and Darren Williams play. Could I tell you if the Jazz won that game? No, not at all. Actually, I can't remember at all, but I do remember that I got to see my favorite players play, and I think especially for kids in the crowd, it's that's what matters, right? You're giving them something that they paid for, something that they can enjoy. So it's a little upsetting, I think. I don't know. Just seems like the Jazz, it feels a little bit like the Jazz are being singled out, especially in like the media, even if it's not just by the NBA. Like a lot of ESPN was talking about how Bobby Marks said the Jazz were ruining the integrity of the game.
That's a little far.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. So I don't know. We're just playing the game. It's not our fault that we've tanked for 3 seasons and somehow we've gotten screwed in the lottery every single time, just coincidentally. You know, I don't know. Maybe fix the lottery and we won't have to tank. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, other leagues don't have this problem. It's really just the NBA.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It honestly makes you think like maybe you just get rid of the lottery.
Yeah.
Just give it to the worst team.
Just go by pure record. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Or at least just make it. The thing is, I feel like if you give the top teams bigger odds, there will be less teams tanking. Because as it is right now, teams pretty much know if they're making the playoffs by now. And they're just fighting for draft position if they're not.
Yeah.
So that's like 15 whole teams who are tanking pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
I think they also talked about like minimizing the pick protections in trades. So it's just like top 4.
I wouldn't mind that. That's probably a good idea.
That'd probably be good, honestly. But
yeah.
Really, it sucks, but it looks like the Jazz are kind of the poster boy for tanking right now in the NBA. And only these next like 30 games, we're probably going to have a target on our back. We'll see if there's another fine or what the Jazz are going to do. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
But now that Jaren Jackson's getting his surgery, do you think the NBA could find the Jazz for having somebody get surgery?
That's the thing is I feel like the NBA is kind of in dangerous waters right now because they're setting some precedents that are like, because is the NBA going to start like questioning medical people at teams? Like, and how are they going to do that if they do? Also, the other question is like, how do you distinguish what a star player is from what isn't? Like, what if the Jazz just genuinely felt like that roster at the end of the Orlando game was their best option?
And the Heat game that they won the game.
Exactly.
And that was one of the games we got fined for.
Yeah. And how could the NBA prove that wasn't the best roster? That's the Jazz decision to make, not the NBA's.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What if we're trying to develop talent, right?
Totally.
There's nothing wrong with trying to get young guys minutes because want to develop new talent.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. And honestly, teams sit their star players all the time when they're up big in the fourth quarter. I don't know. This one just ended up in a loss, so it looked worse, but it's like that happens pretty frequently, actually. You know, like they'll sit their stars. Usually it just means they're winning, but you know, anyways. I'll stop ranting about it, but I just think, this is just, the NBA's really got I'm really not an Adam Silver fan. I haven't been.
He's had his good moments and his bad moments, I'd say.
He's done some good things, but I also feel like he's tried to make a lot of changes to the game that maybe actually have affected the integrity of the game, like how we look at the game historically, and even the things he's doing now just feel pretty drastic to me. But anyways, that's my rant over, I guess, about Adam Silver. If he's listening, come on the pod. We want to ask you some questions. So
yeah, we want to plead for the Jazz's case.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see if we get another fine, what the Jazz decide to do. But as a Jazz, as a casual Jazz fan, I could see why the fans would want him to win. But also as like a long-term Jazz fan, I think even the casual fan, the guy next to him can tell him, hey, we could get a really good draft pick. And I think that's enough for a fan to be like, okay, I'm okay with that. You know,
totally. Yeah.
This can be a year that we tank, and then next year we'll see what we can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I think this is the right move for the Jazz right now. We talked about last week, our roster's in a good spot. I think one or two more pieces in free agency in the draft, and I think we're ready to go for the playoffs. So I think it's the right move right now, unfortunately. So,
well, let's get into some All-Star Weekend predictions.
Yeah, we're in the midst.
Yes, honestly, we don't really have much to predict because we got 3 events on Saturday, and then we've got the real game. But maybe before we get into that, let's talk about the Rising Stars. Thankfully, Ace Bailey, I don't know if we said it last week, but he got added to the Rising Stars last minute because Cooper Flagg was hurt. Pretty cool. His team made it to the final game, Team Mello.
I think Yegor was on that team too, right? Or was it a different team?
Possibly.
Oh, no, I think he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, he was on Team Vince. Sorry, that's what it was.
I saw a stat the other day. I haven't fact checked it, but Yegor has like one of the best plus minuses in the NBA.
Let's go.
On the Nets. Like literally the best. Crazy. But anyways, Jaeger's doing good. It looked like Ace Bailey is doing pretty good. It's fun to see him in the interviews at All-Star too.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool. It's cool to just... I think it's just cool to see that... I know that Melo's not his real coach, but like those are the type of guys you want guys like Ace Bailey rubbing shoulders with, learning from. Like legends of the game, be a Hall of Famer likely, knows how to score the basketball at will. Anyways, I just think it's cool that he gets to be there with all the legends that are there and maybe pick up a few pointers, set up a couple summer workouts, you know.
Yeah, and then eventually Team Vince, my boy Vince Carter, my guy, his team won. VJ Edgecombe hit some clutch shots, and he got the MVP.
He was scoring like crazy.
Yeah, he was putting up a lot. He was kind of leading that team to the final.
Yeah.
But happy for Ace Bailey. I'm sure he'll be in it next year if he keeps this up.
I saw our boy, was it Sean East the third or whatever his name is, the Salt Lake Stars player. Yeah. I saw he had a couple of points, but nothing too crazy. But cool to see him represent the Jazz there too.
Yeah. And then let's get into this Saturday night. Got some All-Star events. Probably the one that I'm looking most forward to. Not sure about you, but I'm looking forward to the 3-point contest.
That's always fun.
It's great to see. I think the players get up for this.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
good
like
event.
the one event I feel like hasn't really gone downhill because it's just kind of consistently what it is, you know?
You can't really change it too much. We put the deep threes, but I think we like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But let me just read off the names and maybe you see if any of these guys stand out as your pick. We got Devin Booker for the Suns. I think
that's a tough beat.
Yeah, he's been in there quite a bit. I don't think he's ever actually won, but this could be his year. Con Knippel, the Hornets. Damian Lillard in a Trailblazers uniform again.
Hasn't played this year at all either.
2-time winner, Damian Lillard. Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, Bobby Portis. Interesting. And Norman Powell.
I feel like they always got to have a token big man in there. Bobby Portis. Low-key, Con Knippel's pretty crazy shooter. I mean, that's a crazy pick because I know he's the youngest guy, but I think my money's on him right now. I mean, I could see Donovan Mitchell popping off maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dame's gonna. Dame hasn't played at all this year. Still recovering from that ACL, but I don't know. He could probably still shoot it. It'd be interesting to see.
Honestly, I would ditto you and say Con Knippel.
Yeah, just
because he's been lights out. I feel like he would prepare for this. I think he's ready.
Yeah, it's first opportunity.
Yeah, but if I can't pick Con Knippel, I might pick Devin Booker just because he's never won it.
That's a good pick. Yeah,
or actually. Correct that. He has won it in 2018. But so it's been a while, but I think he's proven that he's one of the guys you got to watch out for in 3-point.
Realistically, Bobby Portis is probably going to surprise us. Pull out the dub.
If he gets to the second round, I'll be surprised.
That's true.
Then we got a new event that hasn't been there since 2015. Kind of another Adam Silver thing you were talking about, but I'm excited for it. It's called the Shooting Stars. It's going to replace the Skills Challenge this year. Basically, there's one retired guy and 2 NBA players that are just kind of shooting, see who can win. I don't exactly know all the details, but anyways, so you got 4 teams. Maybe I won't read them all off, but as you're looking, is there any one of those teams you're thinking could win it?
Man, I mean, Jalen Brunson and Cat would be tough. I think
Allen Houston's their legend. He used to be a shooter back in the day. Team Knicks.
And if you're talking chemistry, Team Harper is going to be tough. Ron Harper Jr. and Dylan Harper together. Who knows how chemistry plays into this? That might be a tough out. But
I think my pick's Team Cameron. It's Jalen Johnson, Con Knippel, and Corey Maggette. I think they're all Duke.
Dang, I forgot about Corey Maggette, man.
So and Con Knippel's in there. If he doesn't win the 3-point, he's probably going to win this, or maybe both, honestly.
Yeah, Corey Maggette, Clippers legend.
Yeah. And Jalen Johnson's a good shooter, too. So
yeah, that might be a good pick. I like that.
And then our last event of the night, the one that's kind of this may be the first year in a long time I may not even watch.
Yeah.
But the slam dunk contest, you got Jackson Hayes, Carter Bryant, Jace Richardson, and Keishad Johnson. any guys stand out. I don't really know these guys as dunkers too much.
Yeah.
Really, end of the bench and rookies.
I mean, I guess the only one that really stands out to me, Jason Richardson. That's kind of the legacy dunk contest pick right there. Jason Richardson.
Do you think he's going to pull out some of his dad's dunks?
That'd be pretty sick. I mean, that's like the only thing I might watch for, just to see if he like maybe involves his dad in a dunk or something. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I think we talked about those top two guys. Like, we don't really know them as dunkers, Jackson Hayes or Carter Bryant, but Jackson Hayes is really long. Maybe he could
kind of like a Dwight Howard type dunk.
Be creative,
maybe.
Yeah. Or like, remember back when JaVale McGee like dunked on 2 rims, like he like
use
pulled
his
out
height.
another basket. Yeah. I don't even know who Keyshawn Johnson is, to be honest.
I have no idea. I'm gonna pick Jace Richardson.
That's
just
my
because of
pick
the legacy.
too, yeah.
I think it would be great to see him win it.
Totally, yeah.
And I think from what I know, I think he's a good dunker, but I could be wrong.
Totally.
All right, and then I guess there is the All-Star game on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's USA and World. I think the Stars and Stripes in the World. Do you think the USA's got any chance to beat the World?
I think the team with KD, Braun, and Curry could be fun to watch. Those guys just have so much chemistry. Good friends. Probably not, though. I think I would, if I were to put more money on people taking it seriously, I'd put like my money on the World guys. They just seem like they're.
I'm in agreement. He's gonna try. He did last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think World's got it.
Totally. Yeah, this can be a tough out. Well, Utah Mammoth, no updates, but it seems like our boys are playing well. Clayton Keller really hasn't played for Team USA.
Unfortunately.
But I think Team USA
they're doing good, right?
Did they win yesterday? They were 5-0 before yesterday. I don't know if they won yesterday. I assume they probably did, but yeah, they're
also the USA women's team's been doing really well too. They've been moving their way through. I'm pretty sure they're in the semifinal.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess France Czech Republic decided not to start Veggie at goalie, and then they lost yesterday. So serves them right.
Yeah, I mean, bad decision there.
I put Veggie in the goal, man. And then I haven't really heard much about Paterka or Mata. I know they're both playing, but kind of cool to see our boys representing around the world.
So, is there any other Olympics you've been watching? I've been trying to tune in here and there.
Well, I don't advertise this, but I was watching curling the other day.
I was too. The U.S. won silver.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
Pretty cool. Mixed.
It's just such an interesting sport because it's just like, you're like, dang, there's actually more strategy to this than it seems like, you know?
Yeah, I didn't remember once they like, I don't know all the terms, but once they release it, the teammate just starts like yelling at him. Yeah. It's like, go, 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 go.
It's kind of cool.
And it's kind of interesting how they do that because I'm sure it's kind of like their coach, right? They're kind of telling them when to sweep and when to not and all that.
They're kind of their eyes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I didn't realize like how much they're like just yelling at their teammate to sweep.
Maybe the Jazz need to watch it because we got to communicate on defense, you know? It might help us to watch some curling.
Yeah. I've also been watching the downhill skiing.
Oh, yeah.
That one's really good. Unfortunately, Lindsey Vonn.
I saw that, yeah.
She got really badly injured, but there was another girl from the U.S. that won a gold medal.
Did she? That's so awesome.
Yeah. Breezy.
Yeah. That's so cool.
But it's pretty crazy. They go like 80 to 90 miles an hour downhill, and it's like some sharp turns. It's pretty insane.
The crazy thing is I heard that Lindsey Vonn tore her ACL like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, before she went.
She still was... like, that's crazy in my mind to think, like, you can still ski with a torn ACL.
I've heard that people have done it before, and I think she's even done it before. I'm sure they have injuries like that all the time, and they just kind of work through them. But
hopefully she makes a full recovery. I think she fractured her leg in multiple spots, and had to be airlifted.
It's part of the sport, I guess. It's very dangerous. But it's cool to see that USA won it, and also just how fast they're going.
Totally.
Also watched the half pipe snowboarding, and unfortunately Shaun White's too old to do it, but he was watching.
He was the legend.
He was amazing. But now it's all Japanese guys. They're so
funny.
good at it.
Yeah, it's cool to see the state of Utah representing. I think there's 17 people from Utah I saw, and then like 60 something of them of the 200 like live in Utah to like
even
practice.
from other countries they come to Utah.
So it's just kind of cool to like see Utah's just got such influence in the Olympics. So
It's pretty neat.
yeah. BYU basketball finally broke their losing streak.
Let's go. Rob Wright had some agenda with Baylor, I think.
Those
and they were calling him traitor at the free throw line, booing him.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't hear any of that. Drops 30 points.
AJ played really well. I think they combined for like 60 something. Plus Richie would get 80 points from the three of them. Just so good. We got some tests coming up, but not tonight. We're playing Colorado. I think we'll be all right.
Hopefully tonight's not a test.
Yeah. But Jimmer, jersey retirement tonight.
Yeah, finally.
It's pretty hype. When I heard it, I was like, we don't already have Jimmer's jersey up there. It feels like they should have been like 10 years ago.
My thought was we had to wait till he retired so we could list off all his accomplishments.
That's fair, yeah. But it'll be cool. Nobody deserves it more than Jimmer.
No.
Absolutely.
Is Jimmer the GOAT of BYU basketball? The greatest?
I think he's got to be. I mean,
you still got Danny Ainge up there. You've got Sean Bradley.
Yeah. I guess Danny Ainge also won Player of the Year, so you could make an argument. And he's just pretty accomplished. As far as like accomplishments go, it's probably Danny Ainge, but I don't know.
It's not in our lifetime, so it's hard to
Jimmer brought
remember.
BYU into the spotlight for like we were just everywhere. He was on cover of Sports Illustrated, yeah.
There were songs written about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant was tweeting about him. I just remember that was so. I mean, I think guys like AJ have the potential to be up there, but not with just
single season.
Yeah, not with just playing 1 year.
Yeah. How many years did Jimmer play? Like 3 or 4?
I think he played his full 4 years.
Yeah. See, so it's gonna be hard to break some of that.
Yeah. So with one and dones, it wouldn't be possible probably, but.
Do you think AJ will ever get his jersey retired for BYU?
Maybe.
Hard to say with just 1 year.
Yeah. I almost wonder if it would depend on what he does with his NBA career, because I could see if he went on to do, have a Hall of Fame career, I probably would put his jersey up there. You know? I don't know. But that's just me.
But I think that's a good point. Just... He probably wouldn't be retired for his BYU stuff just because it's only 1 year, but if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, one jersey that will not be retired, Parker Kingston.
No number 11.
Oh,
actually, the opposite. Anybody can wear that jersey now because he's not even part of the school. It's just crazy how fast that
they dismissed him from school to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels different than the Jake Ritzlaff thing because I've read some of the probable cause stuff, but a year-long investigation, he's got felony charges and was being held without bail. I think he's bailed out now, but yeah, it doesn't look good for Parker Kingston.
Yeah, unfortunate. At least, hopefully we'll have some good receivers come in to take his spot. JoJo
Phillips hopefully will step up, and Cody Hagan, those guys, more opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll be praying for Parker Kingston and his victim. And
his fiance.
Yeah. Whatever the truth is there, we'll be praying that the right thing will happen. Yeah. It was unfortunate. But thank you for joining us on our episode today. We appreciate all the time you take to listen. We'd love to hear your comments. If you have any, leave them on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen. You can find us on all those platforms. Check out our past episodes. We've got some really great stuff the last couple of weeks talking about trades, talking about players, Jazz future. You won't want to miss it. And we hope you have a great day.
Peace.